Florence was a Roman city, but during the Roman times was just a small town. So here in Florence we have nothing left from the Roman times. Only around the 9th century AD, when Charlemagne founded the Holy Roman Empire, the political situation of Europe became a little bit more stable. Florence became an independent city-state in 1125. 1 century later, thanks to the middle class, Florence became the wealthiest city-state of Europe. This is the city where our modern banking system started. 1400s, one of these families of bankers, the Medici family, gained the political control of Florence, and they ended up ruling Florence for 300 years. It was right in that century, at the end of the 1200s, that they began the construction of all the monumental buildings of Florence. The mid-1500s, the square was almost empty. You had just the palace, the lodge that you see there, but no statues, just one statue, the David, that used to be right here, in front of the seat of the government. And all the statues that you see here are original, except for one. Which one? The David, okay? But the original David stood right there where you see the replica for 400 years. In 1873, they, moved the statue to a museum, the Accademia Museum, where it's still nowadays. So the models that Michelangelo used for his David were not people, living models, the Bible and so on, but ancient Roman statues. The statues that he had studied in Rome when he was a teenager. Dante is the poet that in the early 1300s wrote the Divine Comedy, the first book in Italian. By the Church of Santa Croce, you had the workshop of Raphael. So Machiavelli, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, all together at the same time here in Florence. You could hit one of them right here, walking through this square. And so in 1296 they began to build a new cathedral worthy of its power and name. And it took 140 years to build the Duomo. The Duomo, the Cathedral of Florence, is the religious heart of the city. It's composed by 3 buildings. The Baptistry, this octagonal building that you see close to you, which is one of the oldest buildings of the city still standing in Florence. Okay. You see the cathedral with its majestic dome and the bell tower. The white marble comes from Carrara, the famous Carrara marble. The pink marble comes from Siena. And the green marble comes from Prato.